Wealthy Bosses? Welcome to my channel. My name is Mariah, and I am so honored to guide you through this bar workout. This is going to be a total body workout. We're going to work every muscle in the body, but it's going to be done in a way that's low impact, that's fun, and it's very effective. Now, I'm going to be using a set of 5-pound weights. If you have light weights up to 5 pounds, you're more than welcome to use them. However, we will be doing exercises for each muscle of the body that don't incorporate weights. So if you don't have a set of weights, don't worry. We're still going to get some great work for you today. Are you ready? Let's get started.
So we're going to grab hold of those weights as we come into a wide leg plie position. So that means our heels are wider and our toes are even wider than the heels. Turning the knees out towards the front corners of your mat, let's turn the grip inward for those weights, and we're going to take the tailbone down to the mat. And then as we come back up, we're coming into an upright row. So palms keep facing in towards the body. Good. Inhale as you lower, exhale as you rise. Really giving a squeeze to those inner thighs as you come up. Try to keep those shoulders away from the ears as you lift the elbows high. We don't want to wear our shoulders up around our ears. Good, so we're definitely working the lower body. We're feeling those inner thighs. We're also working the upper body, the upper back muscles. Now take your plie to your range of motion. So that means you're taking it as low as you can without feeling any type of pain in your knees. You also want to make sure the knees are not coming forward at the toes. So if that's the case, you want to just step a little bit wider, and maybe that means you just compensate by not going down quite so far. Good, let's do 3 more. 2, 1. Awesome. Let's step it in now. So we're going to take the legs about hip-width distance apart as we come into our squat with a bicep curl. So again, we're coming to your end range of motion, whatever feels comfortable for you, but still challenges those muscles. We're working some major muscle groups here. It's great for our metabolism, great for toning the lower body. Again, checking in with those toes, you want to make sure the knees are not coming forward to the toes so you can see your toes even at the bottom of your squat. Good, the belly's engaged here so you're not arching in your back. Try to keep those elbows in close to the side for these bicep curls. That's going to work the bicep muscle even more. Yes. Really squeeze it up. You got this. Let's find 4 more. Let's make them good ones. 2, 1. Great job. Now we get to set those weights down for a moment, but I want you to keep at least one weight close by. Now this is where you might want to switch over to some type of makeshift chair, countertop, whatever you're going to use as your bar. And then from there, you're going to step the left leg behind you, and the right leg is forward in a nice lunge. So that back leg is straight initially. Good. And then you're going to reach the arm up towards the ceiling, and we're going to alternate bending into that back knee for a lunge, and then leaning over for a side bend. Lunge, side bend, lunge, side bend. You got it. So taking your lunge again as low as feels right for you. Now we think about all the work that we're doing in the legs. We're definitely building up muscle fibers in the legs, which is great. But we're also finding some beautiful length here. We're lengthening into that other hip flexor. We're lengthening into the side body. Bar is all about finding dynamic movements that lengthen the body as opposed to closing it off. Really, really nice. Make sure as you take that side bend that front shoulder isn't coming forward. You want both shoulders to be stacked, that chest shines forward. It's like you're reaching up and over for that side bend. Whew, I bet you're feeling these by now. Let's do 3 more. 2, 1. Good, now stay with me, okay? From here, we're gonna straighten into that standing leg and take flight with that back leg. Now you can hold onto the bar, absolutely, or if you want a little bit more challenge, maybe try taking your hands to your hips in a warrior 3 position. So borrowing a little bit from yoga here, we square off those hips. If you wanted a little bit more challenge and you're feeling strong in your balance, send those fingertips forward. All right, now this is a lot, but if you wanted a little bit more, could you do little baby squats with that standing leg? Oh yeah, major work, major balance. This is so good for you. Draw that belly in and away from your shirt to help you find your balance here. For 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Let's set that leg down. Oh my goodness. Yes, we have a little bit more work to do on this side. We're really gonna max out this side before we move on to the other. So I'm gonna have you grab that, just one weight, and we're coming back into some single leg squats. This time that back leg just kind of hovers, so we're not gonna send it all the way behind us. And then we're gonna hinge forward with the waist. Make sure you're not rounding here. We want a nice flat back, so some length in your spine, which is actually gonna turn on the muscles in the seat even more. So we're working more into our booty by having a nice flat back. And then we're gonna dip down into our single leg squat and then pull the elbow up behind the ribs for an upright row. Good. Squat, row, squat, row. Give me 5 more. Good. Here's 3, 2, keep that elbow close to the ribs. 1. Okay, now stay with me. We're gonna go to the bottom of our squat, let that weight drop beneath the shoulder, and we're just gonna hold this squat. So we're holding it with the knee bent, and then take with a straight arm that weight right out to the side of the shoulder. Nice, lateral flies here. Good. Try to keep those shoulders squared. Whew. Really good work for your upper back muscles. Here's 3, 2, 1. Now straighten that leg, but don't stand upright yet, just yet. We have one more thing to do here. I know what you're doing so well. Let's finish strong. We're gonna alternate, so we're doing half of our single leg squat, and then at the bottom of that squat, with a long arm, we keep the arm long and send the pinky side of that wrist up to the ceiling for a tricep extension. Return that weight down and then straighten into the leg. So we bend the knee, lift the arm, return the arm, straighten the knee. Good. So we're just finding that half a squat, tricep extension, and then finish that squat out. You got this. Let's do 3 more. 2 more. 1. And let's come down. Awesome job. I bet that leg is giving you a little bit of shaking right now, but that's awesome. That means we're creating change in the body. So let's go ahead and repeat everything we just did on the other side. So we're starting with the lunge into our side bend. So we send that back leg straight, and then we bend into that knee, straighten the knee, and then we take the side bend towards our bar. Good. Find our lunge, and then find the side bend. Take a quick peek to make sure your knees are not covering your toes. You want to be able to see your toes even at the end of that lunge. Nice. Really reach for it with that side bend. Nice. Evening out the body. Let's do 3, 2, 1. Now here's where we take flight. So we're gonna straighten into that standing leg, hinge forward from the waist. That back leg comes out behind us. Hips are square. Maybe this is where we stay. This is amazing. Perhaps you wanna play with your balance. Maybe you just hover the fingertips above the bar and they're there just in case. Or maybe you're feeling a little braver and you take your hands to your hips. Or maybe you even send those fingertips forward, forming a parallel line with your body towards the ground. Now you ready? We have those single leg squats still to go. These could just be 1-inch squats. That's totally fine. You got it. If you fall out, just come right back in. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's set that leg down as we pick up our single weight. Great job. Now we're coming into the single leg squats. And we start with that upright row. Good. Remember to have a nice flat back here. Elbow stays really close to the ribs, so you're grazing the rib cage as you extend that elbow up to the ceiling. Great work. It's gonna be over before you know it. Let's do 3, 2, 1. Now come down to the bottom of your squat, so your end range of motion. Hold that squat, palm faces down as you lift that weight in line with your shoulder and release. Good. Exhale as you lift that weight. Inhale as you bring it down. Nice, slow, steady, and controlled. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's straighten out of that leg just for a second. And now we find half of our squat, and then we move into that tricep extension. Pinky side of the wrist comes up to the sky. Now straighten into that leg. Good. So each time you straighten the leg, you're still keeping that forward hinge to increase the load on the booty. So working the glute muscles like crazy here. And the further forward you hinge, the more work you're feeling in the backside. Beautiful. Lift that weight up to the sky. Let's do 2. Here's 1. Fantastic. Go ahead and set that weight down. Grab a sip of water if you need as we head down to our mat for some reverse push-ups. So I'm going to set my bar out of the way. Good. Now these reverse push-ups you can absolutely do it on your knees, or for a little bit more challenge, you can take your knees up into a push-up position. So with a reverse push-up, we're borrowing this from yoga, and we want to make sure that we're sending our elbows behind us to work into our triceps as opposed to out to the side. Now we just worked triceps. We're really doing a kind of a double whammy for triceps today. So just recognize they may be a little bit fatigued, so just do the best that you can. So from here, we're gonna find our plank position either on our knees or on our toes, and then shooting those elbows straight behind us. We're gonna lower down for a count of 5, 4, 3, keep your belly lifted, 2, and 1. Whew, really nice. Now ideally, as we're lowering down, the hips and the ribs hit the ground at the same time. It takes a ton of abdominal strength. Let's take a big inhale here, and then sending those elbows behind us again, pulling belly in, lifting both hips and ribs at the same time. We're gonna just reverse that push-up now for a slow count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Great job. Now remember, you can do these on your knees. Just make sure that your hips are straight if you do them on your knees. All right, let's go for round 2. We're lowering down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way down. Whew. Nice recovery. Inhale here, and then exhale. Let's go up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Amazing. Do you have one more in you? I think you do. Come on, let's do it together. We'll lower down for 5, 4, 3. Come on, keep that belly lifted. 2, and 1. Whew. Nice inhale. Come on, here we go. Last time up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's take child's pose. Yes, that'll do it. So definitely a lot of arm work in this workout today. Catching your breath here. Nice inhales through the nose, and let's just sigh it out through the mouth, releasing any tension. We're almost done. We just have a few more poses to go. Good. From here, let's come onto our bellies, and then we're going to position for our our swan position, borrowed from Pilates. We're gonna take our elbows a little bit wider than the shoulders and a little forward of the shoulders. Now, the wider and the more forward your shoulders are, or I'm sorry, your elbows are, the gentler this is gonna be, so you can just choose what you want for today. Now we're gonna keep the legs on the ground, pressing the hips and quadriceps into the ground. As we exhale, we're gonna start to lift the chest off the ground, and then inhale, lower the chest back down. So this work is coming from the middle of the back, our erector spinae muscles. It's helping improve our posture, helping counteract any type of forward slumping or slouching we may do throughout the day. Now the arms can help a little bit, but ideally we're having the back do the work here so we can get a nice strong back. Good, exhale as you rise, inhale as you lower. Let's do 2 more. 1 more. Good job. So from here, let's press all the way up into a forearm plank. So forearms are down, elbows are right underneath the shoulders. And now you can do these on your knees, absolutely, or for a little bit more challenge, take those knees off the ground. Now listen carefully. From here, we're gonna go from this forearm plank, and then we're gonna straighten into that right arm, and then straighten into the left arm. Come back down to your right forearm, back down to your left forearm. We're gonna do that 1 more time. Right arm comes long, left arm comes long, right forearm, left forearm, and now we're gonna reverse. So left arm comes long, followed by the right. Go down now onto that left forearm, right forearm. 1 more time. Left arm comes straight, right arm, left forearm, right forearm. Whew, and let's just take it all the way down. Awesome job. Rolling over now onto your side. We just have 1 more thing to do here. We're really driving it home with the triceps today because they often get overlooked. We want to make sure we don't overlook our triceps today. So we're finding that perfect positioning where we send the arm a little bit forward of our mat and at an angle. Spread the fingers really wide. Now make sure you're not dumping or collapsing into that shoulder. You want to create some space between the shoulder and the ear. And then you're going to spin that elbow down so that it's facing the ground. As you lower that elbow, maybe it's just 1 inch. It won't take long to feel these, especially after all the tricep work we did. And we're just bending and straightening into that elbow, leaning the weight of our body into it. Yeah. For 3, 2, 1. Really nice. From here, let's find our side plank. So either the knee comes right underneath the hip, or you can press it out long for a full side plank. Maybe dipping the hips down and up, down and up, down and up. 1 more, you got it. Let's come all the way down, and then we're gonna switch sides. So finding those tricep presses. Make sure your elbow is spinning down, not behind you, as you bend into it and straighten. Again, you're definitely not worrying about coming all the way down to the ground. Just a little bit will definitely work those tricep muscles here. For 3, 2, here's 1. Nice. Come all the way up now for either your modified side plank with your knee right underneath your hip, or your full side plank. You can also do these on your forearm if your wrists are starting to bug you. Dipping those hips down perhaps. 3, 2, and 1. Whew, congratulations. The hard work is over. You did an amazing job. Let's come down to our seat now. Soles of the feet are on the ground, knees are bent. We'll take a nice little seated pigeon pose here by crossing right ankle over the left knee. This should feel good. And then gently release that ankle. We'll take it over to the other side. Good. Now straighten your legs out. Let's take a nice forward fold, flat back. And then gently ease yourself up. Congratulations. We worked hard and I'm so proud of you. Every time you do this workout, you're getting a little bit stronger, so it never ever needs to be perfect. I'm just so proud of you for showing up. Know that you are making changes in your body, but more importantly, you're making changes in your mind. You're growing tougher, you're growing more observant of your body, and I'm hoping that you're falling more and more in love with yourself every time that you do something positive for yourself. I can't wait to work out with you next time.